Hey everyone, Jenny here for another week of Strictly Strength. So today we're going to be needing a different piece of equipment. We're going to be needing a stability ball here. Key thing here, any stability ball will work, but trying to grab one that's medium to large is going to help you out a lot. So just make sure you keep that in mind when you're grabbing one. And then we're going to need some different pairs of dumbbells, so light, medium, and then heavy for our different exercises, and then maybe a mat to do some of our ground exercises. So again, a pair of dumbbells, different weights varying, and then a medium to large stability ball. And then we're going to be doing 11 exercises today with the stability ball. 3 of them without, the rest are going to be with the stability ball. And then we're going to be going for 60 seconds on, 25 seconds off. That way we have enough time to transition and reset ourselves on that stability ball. Okay, so let's go ahead. We're going to do this for 3 sets as well. So let's go ahead, get started into our warm-up here. So just starting out, going into those large arm circles. We're working our way through all of our joints here. That way we are ready to go for our workout. So again, just large arm circles to start out. Trying to go through that full range of motion. Go ahead, switch the directions here. Still large arm circles going through that full range of motion. We're just moving them now in the opposite direction. All right. Going down here to our trunk twist here. So those shoulders are feeling a little bit warmed up at that joint. Now we're just loosening up our back here. Again, trunk twist. They don't need to be very hard or intense. Just again, loosening up that back, getting it ready to go. Transitioning into our next exercise, windmills. First one is just going to be touching opposite hand to foot and standing all the way upright in between each one. So making sure we switch off, going to either side. And you're just going to be tapping and going here. So you're not actually holding this stretch at all. You're just feeling it and standing it back up, all right? So keep alternating here. Opposite hand to foot. Job. And one more now on each leg here, and we're going to transition into our second type of windmill. So this time we're still touching opposite hand to foot. We're going to be transitioning that weight as we go, so we should be able to feel this stretch more so on the inner thighs, and we're still rotating our back to loosen it up, all right? So it's going to look just like this. Windmill number 2. You're still rotating that back like I mentioned. Loosening it up, transitioning that weight from side to side, feeling that stretch as you transition on the inside of your thighs. Nice job. All right, go ahead and get one more on each side. And now we're going to move into our squat mobility here. So we're going to have our hands up overhead. You're going to have feet about shoulder width apart, maybe a little bit wider. You're going to squat down as far as you can with those hands overhead. Drop the arms down, straighten out those legs just for a second. Bring it back down, arms overhead. Stand it all the way upright, okay? So we're going to try to go through this several times here, working on that mobility, getting those legs ready to work here. Nice. It's important to go through a good warm-up. Working all the joints through that full range of motion, making sure it is dynamic in movement. And then towards the end of that warm-up, you're increasing that intensity by starting to use those muscles, so that way they are ready to go when you add on that weight. Good. Let's go ahead and get one more here. Nice job. Next, we're going to be doing our yoga push-ups. So for this, what you're going to do, you're going to do a regular push-up. You can modify this push-up by going down to your knees here. So again, when warming up, it shouldn't be too intense, so feel free to modify. Normal push-up, and then going into a downward dog. So pressing back, alternating between that push-up, and then going into downward dog. Feeling that stretch. Holding it there for a good deep breath, going back into that push-up. Again, like I mentioned, we're slowly increasing that intensity here, getting our muscles ready to go for our workout. last warm-up exercise. We're gonna be going down and doing an inchworm. At the bottom of our inchworm, we're gonna be doing that push-up. As we stand up to the top, we're adding in that squat, okay? So reaching our hands up overhead, brushing through our feet, walking it out into that plank. Again, you're doing a push-up. You can modify down to your knees if you need to. Push up, walk it all the way back in, and going into that squat. Okay, so we're gonna go through that a couple of times here, reaching up all the way overhead, making sure we get through a full range of motion. Push up, walk it all the way back into a squat. All right, so this is our last warm-up activity here. Hopefully by now, all of our joints feel good, warmed up. Those muscles that we're going to be using are ready to go as well. Nice job. Here we go. Modify that push-up if you need to. We're going to go ahead and get one last one here, and then we're going to go into that workout. Let's use that squat here. All right, guys. So like I had mentioned here, we're going to be going through these exercises 3 times through, working for a full minute, 25 seconds off in between. That way we can transition on the stability ball. Again, most exercises will take place on there. The first 3 will not. So for that first exercise, you're going to want to grab that heavier dumbbell set. First exercise is going to be an elevator squat. So normal squat here, so you can either have weights down to your side or up in front. Now the difference here is we're going to be going down like we are in an elevator or an escalator. Small little increments at a time, as far as low as you can go. And then you're going to step or stand all the way back up, staying with those small increments, okay? So we're going to be spending quite a bit of time moving through that squat, all right? So you can have those weights up here, you can have them down to the side. That is up to you. That is our first exercise, all right? So I've got that timer ready, so grab those weights. We're working for a full minute here, okay? Here we go. And 3, 2, 1. All right, 60 seconds has started here. Again, elevator, normal squat. You're just going down in smaller increments and coming up with those smaller increments, okay? So we're spending a lot of time here in that squat position. Those increments are up to you of how long it takes you to get down and to come back up. A couple things we want to focus on here. Keeping those knees pressed out the entire time. Keeping that chest upright as you go down and as you come up. You can also keep those weights in the middle if you want, or out to the side. All right, here we go. With 16 seconds left, you're feeling it in those quads, and you're pushing through. Remember, you're standing upright in between each one here, finishing out this exercise in 4, 2, 1, and rest. Sticking with those weights, we're going to go into our next exercise, bent over row. All right, we're bending over at the hips. We're keeping our back flat. We're pulling it straight up through our armpits, okay? That's going to be our next exercise. Again, working for 60 seconds here. Here we go, guys. In 3, 2, 1. All right, we're bent over at those hips. Back is flat. We are going to be pulling that weight straight through our armpits. Once you get to that top position, I want you to focus on squeezing those shoulder blades together, all right? As you squeeze those shoulder blades together, keep those shoulders relaxed. You don't want them coming up to your ears as you move through. They're staying still, and you're squeezing your shoulder blades, all right? 30 seconds left here. Nice and controlled through this movement. You're going at your own pace here. No elevator movements. Go at your own pace, but again, we're bent over at the hips. We're pulling straight through those armpits, squeezing those shoulder blades, trying to keep that back flat here. We've got 8 seconds left. We're gonna finish it out strong. Breathe through this, 2, 1, rest. All right, next exercise, Same weights here. Split squat. Feet stay stationary. Nice and controlled elevator movement on the way down and on the way up, okay? Sticking with the same leg for the entire 60 seconds. All right, we're gonna switch to the other leg in our second set. And 3, 2, 1, here we go. Nice and slow and control as you go all the way down and then all the way back up, still using elevator movements. Good. Keep that knee over top of your ankle. That chest stays up. You're gonna be feeling this in the legs, and I need you to push through, okay? All the way. You're going as low as you can, taking your time, moving slowly on the way down, on the way up. Those feet stay stationary. You're pushing through. Let's go, 20 more seconds. You've got it right here. Nice and slow, in control. And breathe. 10 seconds. You've got this right here. You've got one more rep. Nice and slow on the way down. Bring it all the way back up in 2, 1, rest. All right, put those weights down. Grab that stability ball here. First exercise, stir the pots. Holding a plank, stirring in one direction for 30 seconds, stirring the other direction for 30 seconds. Modification, you're on your knees. All right, here we go. And 2, 1, 60 seconds. I'm showing you the modification this first round here. So again, you're on your knees, but your back is still flat here, okay? You're stirring for 30 seconds in one direction. So you've picked counterclockwise or clockwise here for 30 seconds. You should feel this in your core, in your glutes, all right? Switch directions in 2, 1, here we go. You're now stirring in the opposite direction. If you're in that full plank, use a wide base to stay balanced. If you're in the modified position like I'm in, keep that back flat and make sure that core is engaged the entire time. 8 seconds left. A couple more stirs here to finish it out. And 2, 1, rest. All right, next exercise here, hamstring curls. We're gonna be putting our heels on top of our stability ball. We're going to be then curling in that stability ball all the way into our glutes. All right? Modification, you're just holding your legs up there, raising those hips. All right, 60 seconds, here we go. Curling in. Ooh, trying to keep your balance, I can't. Trying to curl in with both legs at the same intensity to keep that balance. Keeping these hips high the entire time. Nice. Those heels stay on that stability ball the entire time. You should be able to feel this in your hamstrings and in your glutes. You're halfway through. Keep pushing. If that ball seems to roll away from you, readjust and head back into it. Again, modification, you're just raising those hips off the ground like you would for a normal glute bridge. Otherwise, you're curling it in for 10 more seconds. Nice work. You've got it. Keep moving here. Curl it all the way into those glutes. 2, 1, rest. All right, going to another core exercise here. Holding that stability ball in between your arms and legs. Opposite arm and leg lower for that dead bug. Alternate to the other side. To make it a little harder, you're doing this with straight legs. All right? That's our next exercise in 2, 1. Here we go. Hold that ball in between opposite hand and knee. Extending opposite arm and leg all the way. Focusing on keeping this lower back flat. Pushing that belly button through the floor. Nice and controlled. You should be able to feel this in your core muscles. Taking your time here, challenging yourself by straightening out those legs through this movement. All right, 22 seconds left. You're over that halfway point. Keep pushing through this. You've got it. Again, focus on pushing that belly button through the floor. I need that back flat the entire time. Engage those core muscles. Let's go. 6 seconds left. Keep moving to the end. We're not stopping early. And rest. All right. Next exercise, we're going to be placing our shoulder blades onto our stability ball here. So rolling it out, going into a chest fly, and then skull crusher. All right, those are our 2 exercises. Here we go. 60 seconds. Shoulder blades are on stability ball. Hips stay high for your glute bridge. Going from skull crusher here, keeping arms in line with your shoulders, and then going and doing a skull crusher, all right? So that core is engaged to keep yourself balanced. Press through those heels to keep your hips high. Chest fly here, skull crusher. Slight bend in those elbows. Dumbbells in line with your shoulders. As you go through that skull crusher, keep those elbows tucked in. Weight stays close to the ears. All right? 10 seconds left here. Hold this position just a little bit longer. You've got it. Breathe through this. And rest. All right, next exercise. We're staying up against our stability ball, shoulder blades. Add a weight if you want. We're going to be going through hip thrusts. So, shoulder blades stay on. You're just raising those hips as high as you can and bringing it back down to the start. All right. Here we go. In 2, 1, and raising it straight up. Nice. Just like that. Going nice and low. Shoulder blades stay against the stability ball. Raising those hips. I've added a weight here. You don't have to, that's optional. When you come up, focus on keeping 90 degrees here in your knee. Targeting the hamstrings and the glutes. Raising those hips as high as you can here. 30 seconds left, halfway through. I want you to squeeze those glutes in that top position before you bring it back down. Nice. Here we go. You've got it right here. I need you to finish this one out strong. We're moving to arms and shoulders after this. So push through this leg exercise. All the way to the end in 3, 2, 1, and rest. All right, you're gonna be grabbing that lighter weight here. We're gonna be laying up across our ball here, chest supported. Keep that base wide, hold your balance. Grabbing those weights, shoulder exercise. Y, T, A, you're bringing it back down, okay? So keep that back flat, don't roll over the ball. Here we go. Y, T, bring it down by the hips, A. Again, you have that back contracted here, so that way your shoulders are up and off that stability ball. If you feel that you're rounded over, grab a lighter weight so that you can contract. Squeeze the glutes. Use a wide base here so that way you stay balanced. Nice job. Breathe through this. You're engaging that back to hold yourself upright. You're contracting those shoulder muscles. Good. Keep alternating between those 3 letters, all right? You've got it right here. This one's hard, 12 seconds left, but you're gonna push through and you're gonna make it all the way to the end. We're not stopping early. 5 seconds left here. Finish it up with me in 2, 1, rest. All right, put those weights off to the side. We're gonna be holding a side plank here. the entire 60 seconds, staying on one side. You're putting that stability ball in between your legs. You can do this as a forearm plank, or you can do this on your hand. It's gonna be harder on your hand for balance. So try it out first on the forearm. In 2, 1. All right, we're in that plank position. Now that you're here, I want you to think about squeezing that stability ball. Squeezing it and pressing hard. That way you're activating the inner thigh muscles, all right? So we're doing double duty here. Working on that core, squeezing that stability ball, working on those inner thigh muscles. Here we go. Nice job. Modification here, you're omitting the stability ball and still holding your side plank. All right? Woo. Try to keep that balance. You've got it right here. 25 seconds left. Breathe through this one. Again, trying to keep your balance. You've got it all the way to the end. 15 seconds left. Squeeze that stability ball, working on those inner thigh muscles. Keep those hips high, engage your core. We've got one exercise left after this. So finish it out with me in 3, 2, 1, and rest. All right, put that stability ball up. You're welcome to use it for this exercise, but you can also omit it. We're going into Superman lifts. So if you want to add that stability ball in, you're holding it in your arms while you lift, or challenging yourself by using it in your legs in lifting. Otherwise, you're doing a typical Superman lift. 2, 1, here we go. 60 seconds. You're raising your arms and your legs here, all at the same time. Nice and controlled through this movement. As you raise and lower, you're squeezing those muscles. I don't want to see any flopping fish here. This is a controlled movement. This is our last exercise for set 1. You've got it right here. We've got a longer rest coming up. I want you to push through here. 22 seconds left. Squeeze those glutes, engage those back muscles. You're raising arms and legs as high as you can each time. Nice and controlled on the way down. 5 seconds left. You've got one last Superman. In 2, 1, rest. Nice job, guys. All right, we're grabbing that drink here. You finished set 1. We've got 2 sets left to go. If you need to make any adjustments with the weights, I recommend go ahead and doing that now. If you need a little bit of a longer rest, pause it here. We're going to be starting back up at the top with our elevator squats. Now, all those exercises that we did on one leg or one side, we're switching to the opposite side this time. So make sure you stay conscious with that. I'll remind you when we get to those exercises, but that's kind of what it's going to look like for set 2. So grab those heavier weights, the weights that you need. We're going to start in with our elevator squats. So remember, normal squat, but you're going down, small increments, coming back up, following those small increments, all right? So grab that weight right here. We're getting ready to go for our second set. In 3, 2, 1. All right, here we go. 60 seconds are on the clock. We're going down, nice and controlled. Small increments here. Bringing it back up. Small increments. Following that elevator movement. I want you to keep that back upright. Chest is upright. As you go down, as you go up. And those knees are going to stay pressed out, okay? Feet stay flat. Halfway there, 30 seconds left. Nice. You guys got it. Let's go. Right here. Press through. Those quads are burning, but we're going to finish it out together in 15 seconds. Here we go. Stay strong. Stay focused. Stay moving. Let's go. Finish out your last rep here, all the way down, as low as you can. Bring it all the way back up, and rest. All right, grab a different weight if you need to, otherwise stick with that same weight. We're going over to bent over rows. No elevator this time. We're moving at a normal pace, going up, down, at your own pace, okay? Here we go. Getting ready for bent over rows. In 5, 2, 1. All right, let's hinge over at those hips. Back stays flat, pulling those elbows through the armpits, and you're squeezing those shoulder blades together. All right? Squeezing those shoulder blades together, leaving those shoulders away from the ears. Nice job. You're working for the entire 60 seconds here. Again, you're hinging over at the hips. Your back is staying flat. You're pulling elbows all the way through, squeezing those shoulder blades once you get to that top position, all right? 15 seconds left here. Stick with me all the way. I need you to push yourself a little harder on this second round. We're finishing it out in 3, 2, 1, and rest. All right, opposite foot this time. Split squat, elevator motion, going down in small increments, bringing it back up in small increments, okay? That's our next exercise. Switch out the weights if you need to. But again, your feet stay stationary the entire time. 60 seconds on this leg. In 2, 1, here we go. Knee stays over top of your ankle. You're going down as far as you can, trying to go a little bit lower this time around than that first set. You're going down in small increments, like an elevator, coming it back up, just like you did on the way down. All right, here we go. Keep that back upright, chest upright, knee over top of that ankle. You're feeling it right here. Same leg the entire time. You're over that halfway point. You've got 22 seconds left here. Kick it into gear. You've got it. It is mind over matter to that finish line. You've got it all the way to the end. 10 seconds. Here we go. After this, we're grabbing that stability ball, changing up our exercises, in 2, 1, rest. All right, put those weights down, grab your stability ball. We're going to stir the pot, so remember you can do this in a full plank or bent knee plank. You're stirring one direction for 30 seconds, and then you're stirring opposite direction for 30 seconds. You're engaging that core, squeezing those glutes. In 2, 1, here we go. Forearms are on that stability ball. You're stirring in a circle, one direction. These movements do not have to be very big, but again, you're keeping that back flat as if you're in a plank, keeping a wide base to keep yourself stable and balanced. We're going to be switching our starting direction here in 2, 1, going the opposite direction here. Good. Nice and controlled through this movement, all right? Your core is engaged the entire time. You're squeezing your glutes. You're really challenging yourself here for 12 more seconds. Stick with it. You're almost there. You've got one stir left here in 2, 1, rest. All right, moving into hamstring curls. You're placing those heels and legs on top of your stability ball, raising those hips, curling the stability ball all the way into your glutes, all right? Modification, feet stay stationary. You just raise your hips off the ground like you're doing a normal glute bridge, all right? 2, 1, here we go. Raise those hips, curl in that stability ball, bringing it in as close as you can to your glutes. Those heels are staying in contact with the stability ball the entire time. Nice job, keep it up. Try to keep those feet on there.
Keeping those hips as high as you can while you're rolling. Engaging your hamstrings, your glutes. They're probably screaming at you right now. I know mine are. Whew, all right. Let's go, 22 seconds left. Push through this, you've got it. It's gonna feel good when it's over with. All the way to the end. 12 seconds here. All right, here we go. Finish line. Keep curling in all the way to those glutes. You've got it. In 2, 1, and rest. All right, back to some core here. Stability ball in between our knees and our hands. Opposite arm and leg, lower. Alternate to the other side here. Challenging yourself by keeping arms and legs straight. All right, here we go. In 3, 2, 1, and we're off. 60 seconds. You're maintaining that stability ball balance, pressing it against your knee and your hand. As you straighten out your arm and opposite leg, you're focusing on keeping your lower back flat. That way you're not able to press or put your hand through your lower back. You're doing this by pressing your belly button through the floor. This is how we're engaging our core muscles. We're making them work harder by doing so. You've got 22 seconds left here. Again, if you need to challenge yourself a little more, straighten out those legs. Keep doing the same exercise. Let's go, 1 rep at a time. Back stays flat here. 6 seconds left. We're grabbing weights here after this in 2, 1. Grab a medium pair of weights. Shoulder blades are gonna be up against your stability ball as you hold that bridge. Going into a chest fly, skull crusher. All right, those are our 2 exercises here. Going into it in 2, 1. All right, here we go. Keep those shoulder blades up against your stability ball. Wide stance, press through with those heels. Engage your core and your glutes so that you stay balanced. Keeping those hips nice and high. As you go through your chest fly, slight bend in those elbows. Keeping the weight in line with your shoulders. Skull crusher next to your ears. Elbows are tucked in. All right, 20 seconds left here. You're squeezing those glutes, pressing through to keep those hips high, keep your balance. Alternating between that chest fly, skull crusher movement. 5 seconds remaining here. Finish out this last rep. Rest. All right, we're sticking here still with our shoulder blades up against our stability ball here, if I can get it back. Add the weight if you want. You're going into a hip thrust movement. All right? So, chest stays here, shoulders against stability ball. Here we go. Raise those hips, press through with your heels, keeping a 90-degree angle in your knees. Once you get to that top position, you're squeezing those glutes, bring it back down. Again, you can add a weight here. That is up to you. But you're going up and down through this movement, nice and controlled. You should be able to feel this in your glutes, in your hamstrings, and maybe a little bit in your core. 20 seconds left here. I want you to push through this. We're moving into some shoulder work after this. Keep moving, 3 exercises left, and set 2. Final 5 seconds for this exercise. Let's go, and rest. All right, you're grabbing a lighter pair of dumbbells. We're going to be chest supported here on top of our stability ball. wide stance, back is upright, Y, T, and an A, all right? Things to focus on is not rounding your back over the ball. Shoulders should be back, pressed together, okay? All right, here we go, 1 minute. Raise it into that Y, bring it down, out to the sides for your T, bring it down, back by your hips for that A. Good. All right, again, keep that stance wide with your legs. Engage your back muscles, staying upright. We're not rounding over that ball, all right? So back is engaged while our shoulders are doing the work. You may have to squeeze those glutes to keep that body from moving. One movement at a time, let's go. You're feeling it in those shoulders, you're feeling it in the back. You're pressing through for 15 more seconds. I need you to stay with me, stay strong. 10 seconds left. You've done this once, you can do it again. Mind over matter, 5, 3, 2, 1, and rest. All right, put those weights to the side here. We're going into another side plank. Make sure you switch which leg or which side you're on. Stability ball goes in between those legs. So you're holding that side plank on your forearm and you're squeezing that stability ball for 60 seconds. In 2, 1, here we go. Raise those hips off the ground. Find your balance. Again, we need to keep those hips high so that we work our obliques here. And then focus on squeezing that stability ball. Try not to fall backwards like I just did. Squeeze that stability ball. Working on those inner thigh muscles. Here we go. A little bit of core, a little bit of inner thigh. A whole lot of coordination and balance. All right, guys. Stick with me here. 25 seconds left. I need you to push through. We're coming to the end of set 2. We've got 1 exercise left to go after this. You've got it. Then that longer break. Breathe through this. Find your balance. I need you for 10 more strong seconds. All the way to the end. Keep pressing and squeezing that stability ball. 3, 2, 1, rest. All right, you're welcome to use the stability ball here as we go into our Superman lifts. You can put it in between your hands or in between your legs. Otherwise, you can omit and do a normal Superman, okay? This is our last exercise for set 2. Here we go. In 4, 2, 1, Superman lift. Arms and legs raised. Same time here. Again, you're going as high as you can in this lift. You're working that posterior chain, those muscles on your back, and your glutes, and your hamstring. These movements are nice and controlled. All the way up, on the way down. If you feel like you're flopping like a dead fish, or a fish out of water, then you're doing this exercise incorrectly. I need you to slow it down. Be in control. Stay focused. 20 seconds left here. Raising as high as you can every single time. Squeeze in that top position and release. Yes, here we go. 5 seconds left to finish out set 2. And 2, 1, rest. Woo, all right, guys. Second set done. Grab a drink. We only have 1 set left to go, all right? We're pushing through, we're staying strong. Whew. Grab that drink. All right. Like I mentioned, we've got 1 set left to go here. We're still working for 60 seconds on, 25 seconds off. Now on those movements that we've been switching sides each set, we're only working for 30 seconds. So once we get to our split squat and our side plank, we're only working for 30 seconds on each side, okay? So I'll be telling you guys when to switch at that halfway point. If you need different weights, grab those, but again, try to keep challenging yourself here. That first exercise, we're grabbing those heavier weights. We're doing that elevator squat. So you're going down, remember, small increments, as low as you can, small increments on the way back up, all right? We're working for the entire 60 seconds on this exercise. There's no switching, just like the first 2 sets. We're gonna challenge ourselves. Here we go. In 3, 2, 1. All right, 60 seconds has started. Nice and slow. Elevator on the way down, elevator on the way up. Work those quad muscles. We're staying in this tension of the squat for longer periods of time. Ways you can challenge yourself here. Go lower into that squat or take a longer amount of time through the increments. All right? Keep that chest up. Engage that core to do so. Keep those knees pressed out. Okay, breathe through this. 16 seconds left. Those quads are feeling it, but I need you to keep moving. This is the last time through this exercise. You've got it all the way to the end. 5 seconds. Last rep. 2, 1, rest. All right, switch out the weights if you need to. Second exercise, bent over rows, going at your own pace here, okay? Things to focus on. Keep that back flat. Hinge over at those hips. Pull all the way through those elbows and squeeze those shoulder blades. And 3, 2, 1, here we go. Bend over at the hips. Back stays flat. Pull those elbows all the way through. And then squeeze those shoulder blades together. This is your own pace. This is your workout. So whatever you put in is gonna be what you get out. Show yourself you are capable. You can do this. Third set, no problem. Let's go. 30 seconds, you're at that halfway point. This is where it starts to get tough, where you start to feel tired, but I need you to keep moving. This is where we get a little uncomfortable, we push through, and we see that change. 12 seconds here, nice and controlled. All the way to the very end, and 5, last rep, and 2, 1, rest. All right, this is the exercise where we switch at the halfway point. 30 seconds on each leg, elevator down, elevator up. Split squat, feet stay stationary, we're switching at the 30-second mark, okay? Catch your breath here, get ready to go. And 3, 2, 1. All right, here we go, split squat. Stay on this side for 30 seconds. You're going down nice and slow. You're bringing it up nice and slow. You're going deeper. You're challenging yourself by spending more time moving through this exercise. 10 seconds left on this leg, and then we're switching. Push through that pain. We're switching to the other side, and 2, 1, and switch. Finish out these last 30 seconds on the other leg. Let's go, right here. Stand it all the way upright in between each exercise. Nice and slow on the way down. Nice and slow on the way up. Knee over that ankle. Chest is up. 10 seconds left. Here we go. Last rep with me in 3, 2, 1, and rest. All right, put down those weights. Grab your stability ball. We're going into stir the pots. 30 seconds, each direction, forearm on the ball, in that plank position. Stirring clockwise and then counterclockwise. Modified form, you're on your knees, but you're keeping that back flat so that your core is engaged. All right, here we go, stir the pots. 2, 1, all right. 30 seconds one direction, 30 seconds in the other. If you're using a full plank, Hold a wide base so that you stay balanced. Good, you're sticking with this direction for 12 more seconds. You're squeezing those glutes, you're engaging your core. We're switching to the other direction. In 2, 1, switch the directions your circle is going. If you're going clockwise, you're now going counterclockwise. Keep those forearms on your stability ball. These circles don't have to be very wide, very big. Just enough to engage the core, to squeeze those glutes. 10 seconds left. Breathe through it with me. 2, 1, rest. All right, we're moving to hamstring curls here. Heels are on, stability ball, raising those hips, curling it in as far as you can. Otherwise, modification, you're just raising those hips off the ground, all right? We're working for 60 seconds, hamstring curls, in 3, 2, 1, here we go. Nice job. Curl it in as far as you can. You're gonna feel this in your glutes, and especially in those hamstrings. They're gonna be screaming at you by the end of this. That is what it's supposed to feel like, and I need you to get there. I need you to be comfortable being uncomfortable. That is where the change occurs. 30 seconds left. Keep pushing through this. Heels stay in contact the entire time. Keep those hips nice and high. If you need to adjust, go and do that, and then head straight back into it. 12 seconds left. Let's go. Smile through this pain. It's going to be so good once it's over. I know you're feeling it. My hamstrings are screaming. In 2, 1, rest. Whew. All right. Switching it up. Deadlift, opposite arm and leg lower. Alternate to the other side. Again, you're focusing on keeping that lower back flat the entire time. Pressing that belly button through the floor. In 3, 2, 1. Opposite arm and leg lower. I'm pressing my belly button through the floor. Keeping my hips tucked, staying neutral. By pressing my belly button through the floor, I'm activating and engaging my core muscles to a whole nother level. I'm feeling that burn, keeping that stability ball balance between my knee and hand. If you need to make it harder, straighten out that leg as you go through this movement, okay? Challenge yourself, but either way, you're keeping that lower back flat and that ball balance the entire time. 15 seconds left. Stay strong. You've got it. Keep alternating back and forth. 5 seconds left. Finish it out, and then we're grabbing our weights and rest. Grabbing those medium weights here. We're going into our chest fly with that skull crusher. If I can get myself there, here we go. Chest fly, skull crusher, shoulder blades stay on the stability ball in 2, 1. Here we go. Keep those hips high, engaging those glute muscles. Trying to stay balanced, alternating between those 2 exercises here. Dumbbells stay in line with your shoulders. Elbows stay tucked in, weights stay close to your ears. Nice job. 1 rep at a time here. Breathe through this. Keep that core and glutes engaged to hold your hips nice and high. You've got 10 seconds left here. I need you to those shoulder blades against the stability ball. Going into our hip thrust here, 90-degree angle at the knees. Going up as high as you can, squeezing those glutes. You can add a weight here if you want to. Otherwise, it's all body weight. 2, 1, here we go. Hip thrust, bring it back down. Squeeze those glutes in that top position. Again, nice and controlled here through this movement. Shoulder blades are staying against that stability ball the entire time. You're pressing evenly with both legs through your heels to raise those hips. Nice work, nice job. Here we go. Again, this is our last set here. I need you to stick with me and stay strong. We've got 3 exercises remaining. We have 18 seconds left here. Nice job. Let's go. Push through. Whatever you put in is what you're going to get out. 5 seconds left. Last rep. And rest. All right, we're grabbing onto those lighter weights. We're going to be over top of our stability ball here, using a wide base. It's mostly my stomach, a little bit of my chest on the stability ball. The rest is going to be pressed back. I'm not rolled over. Y, T, and A. Use a wide stance here. 2, 1, here we go. All right, there we go. Now my turn. We're going to start it. Y, T, bring it back down for that A. Again, keep those shoulders, top of the chest, off of that stability ball. It's mostly going to be your stomach and the lower part of your chest on my stability ball here. Otherwise, I've activated my glutes. I've activated my back muscles to keep my back nice and flat. I'm not rounded over, as you can see. I'm nice and flat, just kind of like a plank. 25 seconds left. Here we go. Activate those shoulders. Activate those back muscles. Last time through this exercise. You've got it. 12 seconds left. And we've got 2 final exercises to go. Last rep. 3, 2, 1, and done. All right. We're going into that side plank. 30 seconds on each side here. Stability ball is going to be in between those legs. You're squeezing and pressing against that stability ball to engage those inner thigh muscles, and you're holding that plank as high as you can to engage your obliques. 2, 1, here we go. Find that balance again. We're here on each side for 30 seconds. Squeeze that stability ball as hard as you can. Let's go, hips high. We're here for 30 seconds, and then we're gonna switch to the other side. Last set, last 2 exercises. I need you to give me everything you have left in that tank. We're switching in 2, 1, and switch. Go into the other side. Hold that side plank. Squeeze your stability ball as hard as you can. Think about squishing it, trying to pop it. Keeping those hips nice and high. You've got 1 exercise left to go after this. Breathe. Stick with it. Find your balance. And rest. All right, put that stability ball up. You're welcome to use it if you want to increase the intensity. Going into our last exercise here. Superman lifts. Again, you can hold that stability ball in your hands and between your feet, or you can omit, up to you. Last minute of work. 2, 1, here we go. Raise arms and legs, same time. As high as you can. Nice and controlled through this movement. Squeezing everything, working on that posterior chain.
here. We're nice and controlled. Good. Raising up and down. 4. 25 more seconds here. Finishing out this workout here on a high note. Sticking with me all the way to the end. We're not going to quit or stop early. We've got 10 seconds left to go. And 3, 2, 1, rest. Whew, nice work, guys. Grab a drink, and we're gonna stretch it out for our cool down, and then we're gonna be all done for the day. All right, we're gonna start here. One leg reached out front, reaching for that foot or that ankle, just reaching as far as you can, stretching that hamstring out. Deep breaths here, trying to go lower into that stretch. Go ahead and switch it to the opposite side here. Again, just reaching as far as you can. And with each deep breath, trying to reach just a little bit further into that stretch. All right, go ahead and release out of that stretch. Both legs seated out in front of you here. Go ahead and reach all the way to those feet or to those ankles as far as you can. Holding that stretch here. With each deep breath, you're trying to go a little bit deeper into that stretch. Again, you should be feeling this in your hamstrings and maybe your lower back. Deep breaths here. Go ahead and release out of that stretch. I'm gonna have you lay down here on your backs. On your back. Arms out to the side. Slowly let those legs fall stacked to one side. Keeping those shoulders against the ground. You should be able to feel this in your back. Stretch it out. Should not be painful. Bring those legs back through the center and slowly lower them to the other side. Keeping them stacked. Shoulders stay against the ground the entire time. And one more to each side. Going back through center, slowly lowering to the other side. And finally back to that last side here, one more time. Again, shoulders stay against the ground. Breathe through this. Loosening up that lower back. And coming back to center, stopping there. Grasping around your legs, rounding that back. Rolling it up, back to that seated position. And we'll go ahead, stretch out those arms, bringing one arm across the body, feeling that stretch in your shoulder here. Deep breaths through this. And shaking it out, switching it to the other arm across the body here. Again, you should be able to feel this in your shoulder. Trying to keep that shoulder down and away, nice relaxed from the ear. Shaking it out, bringing it up overhead to stretch out that tricep, elbow to the sky. Shaking it out, switching it to the other side for our last stretch. Again, elbow to the sky, should feel this in your tricep. And shake it out. All right, guys, if you need any other stretches, go ahead and get those in. Make sure you drink plenty of water after this workout to rehydrate. Thanks for joining me again for Strictly Strength. And remember, everyone's journey